So, what is going on with Murderbot? We're 3 episodes into Apple TV's sarcastic, cynical, and occasionally sentimental sci-fi series, and episode 3 is where things start to get weird. Not the usual, Murderbot hates humans, wants to watch space soaps. Weird? We're talking hacked killer sick units, potential corporate conspiracies, and an oddly tense polyamorous love triangle? Yeah, it's that kind of episode. Sure, the humor's still dry, the awkwardness is cranked to 11, and our favorite misanthropic robot just wants to be left alone with its streaming queue. But under all the surface-level snark, this episode might have just cracked open a way darker mystery, and Murderbot knows it. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Today we're breaking down everything from episode 3, the secrets at the Deltfall habitat, the sketchy satellite sabotage, and why Murderbot's sudden silence might be its most human decision yet. Buckle up, things are getting messy in the best way possible.
Who the hell ever said I was part of the team?
The ocean crossing and Arata's giant good luck chime. We kick off with Preservation preparing for a trip to check on the Deltfall survey group. No one's heard from them. Radio silence. And that's never a good sign in space. Rational thinkers like Gurathan want to pack up and launch the emergency beacon, but Dr. Mensah, she's ruled by empathy. If it were her team, she'd want someone to come looking. That's enough for her to risk it all. And then there's Arata with her giant wind chime. Like, sure, personal rituals are fine, but lugging a metal concert gong across the ocean, that's dedication, or maybe denial. Murderbot, of course, gets roped into the mission. It's not like it gets a say. That's the thing, despite the fact that it's technically a free agent now, it still keeps getting treated like just another tool. And nothing highlights that more than when Mensah makes it wear its human face. Yes, Murderbot has to wear a fake face to be more relatable. That's how far we've come.
You just paused for quite a while before you said that.
Rathi's curious compassion and Murderbot's discomfort. Then there's Rathi, who's basically the embodiment of, let's talk about our feelings. He means well, but he keeps poking at the wrong parts of Murderbot's identity, like asking about its vat-grown organs or saying it seems emotional. Dude, come on. Murderbot's discomfort isn't subtle. It doesn't want to be human. It doesn't want emotional depth. It wants reruns and solitude. And now it's forced into group missions, team bonding, and therapy-adjacent chats with people who think they're doing it a favor. It's not.
Sec units check client activity logs periodically.
That is an invasion of private.
Strife in the galaxy, satellite sabotage, and a whole lot of paranoia. Meanwhile, our favorite cyborg is juggling another obsession, its current guilty pleasure. Strife in the galaxy. It's not a good show. Murderbot admits this, but it's also deeply into it. The same way we all get sucked into bad TV because it's comforting. And, let's be real, it gives it plenty of material for drama comparisons. Like Gurathan, who's been cast in Murderbot's head as the show's villain. But not everything is just sitcom-level drama. Pinley's noticed that the satellite signals have been acting strange, and instead of playing it cool, Murderbot blurts out that it's been tracking everything. Classic mistake. The team's already uneasy about the cyborg among them, and now it looks like it's spying. From their point of view, what's the difference between a rogue sec unit and one secretly reporting back to the company? That suspicion grows. Gurathan's not around to pile on, but the others don't need much encouragement. Murderbot can't exactly lie convincingly, and the truth that it's just nosy and bored isn't much better. They're on edge. Someone is clearly manipulating satellite signals, and nobody wants to ask the biggest question of all, who's behind it?
Truly depressing.
Gurathan's weird behavior and the pillow sniffing theory. Even though Gurathan isn't the main focus this episode, his behavior gets extra scrutiny, especially from Murderbot. There's this weird moment where he enters Mensah's room like he's sneaking around. It's probably nothing, unless you ask Murderbot. It's convinced Gurathan's up to something. Maybe company espionage, maybe something worse. But when the only evidence is he walks like a TV villain, you kind of have to laugh. There's even a theory floated, half joking, half convincing, that Gurathan's in love with Mensah. Because of course, when in doubt, assume romance, or pillow sniffing, which, if true, is way more awkward than murder.
How is it?
It's on standby.
Murderbot's investigation at Deltfall. It gets real. The episode hits its high point when Murderbot finally reaches the Deltfall survey site. This is what it lives for. Not the emotional awkwardness, not the people drama. Real-world high-stakes chaos, just like its favorite shows. And chaos is exactly what it finds. The entire Deltfall team is gone. No signals, no communications, and most importantly, no Seek units online. These weren't cheap bots either. Deltfall had money, which makes the silence more suspicious. Something very, very wrong happened here. Murderbot puts its detective hat on. One Sec unit probably went rogue and wiped out the others. One tried to defend the comm station. The other two shot each other in a standoff. It's like a Sanctuary Moon murder mystery, but in real life. Only Murderbot's slightly off, because the rogue Sec unit isn't dead. It jumps out of nowhere and attacks.
Question answered.
The rogue Sec unit. Not so rogue after all. Luckily, Murderbot's still the better fighter. It manages to deactivate the other Sec unit, but here's where things get spooky. This unit didn't override its own governor module. It wasn't like Murderbot, an autonomous rebel. It was hacked. That changes everything. Someone deliberately turned that Seek unit into a killer. Someone orchestrated this massacre at Deltfall, and it wasn't for fun. It was to cover something up, probably whatever Deltfall found before they were silenced. We still don't know who's behind it, but there was a figure, a man or machine, clad in black, someone precise enough to take a shot at Murderbot and vanish.
Don't hear from me within 10 minutes. Lift off and go back to Prezok's habitat.
Lies for protection. Murderbot's big decision. After surviving the ambush, Murderbot has a choice. Tell the truth to the team or keep them in the dark. It chooses silence. Why? Because people panic, people spiral, and this group, for all its good intentions, isn't ready to hear that there's a shadow player out there controlling company assets and murdering entire crews. Murderbot's protecting them, not out of loyalty, but logic. If it feeds them the truth now, they'll make decisions based on fear, and that's when people start dying. It's a rare moment of complexity. For a machine that claims it doesn't care, Murderbot's constantly acting in everyone's best interest, even if it's not the version of truth they want.
These other two Sec units must have killed each other at the exact same moment.
Our nerdy thoughts? Episode 3 walks a tricky line. It gives us lore, hints of bigger threats, a potential puppet master pulling the strings behind the company's sleek surface, but it also stalls. The humor's repetitive, the drama is undercooked, and some of the best characters get sidelined. Still, there's real intrigue building here. Someone hacked a Seek unit. Someone orchestrated the slaughter at Deltfall, and someone just tried to kill Murderbot. This might not be the episode that blows the story wide open, but it's the one that sets the match. If Murderbot's going to protect Preservation O and survive, it's going to need to play the long game. And next episode, hopefully we stop playing therapist and start playing detective. Or maybe both. Don't forget to subscribe if you're into deep dives like this. Got theories about the man in black or thoughts on Murderbot's moral compass? Drop them in the comments. Let's get speculative. See you in episode 4.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.